Hello guys, this video is how I study video, and I will tell you how I study for different subjects. This is my biochem book and this is my logic notebook, so I'll tell you how I study throughout the year. Okay, so first of all, I am a first year nursing student, so I may have a lot more time than other years of nursing because I only have lectures. I don't have to go to the hospital yet. So yeah, and this studying may change throughout the years, but this is how I've been studying since high school. And yeah, I just wanted to say that. So roll the clip. First thing I do when studying is advanced reading. I know it's not the funnest thing to do and people become lazy, but yes, advanced reading and highlighting your book is very important. So that is how I do it. So that's the first step in my studying. So the next step is you listen to the teacher when he or she, or the professor, when they are lecturing. So sometimes you might say, oh, I can just like self-study that, but sometimes they help. So when they are teaching, I do write on my, this is what I call my scratch notebook, and this is where I write the things they say. So for example, this part, if you can read, is RPH, or Readings in Film History, and this is when he taught us about the artworks and stuff, and then some of those. And for this one, this is anatomy and physiology. He studied about the spinal cord. So here when I write notes, it's very ugly, like very ugly, but I can make mistakes and I can write fast, and I don't have to worry about it being very neat. But this just helps me because some of them teach really fast, so I just write them and just put stuff like at the side, like here. When I forget something, I just add them on the sides and I have space, and I can draw on top if I get a little bored. So yeah, it's just like that. So that is my notebook. So once again, the first step is to advance read on your books or other reference books, since college doesn't have a lot of books and we do read a lot of references. So that's the first step. The second step is to listen and write notes on your that's what I do, on my scratch notebook. The third step is I transfer it to a real notebook. So this one is my biochem notebook. I know I use a lot of paper, but that's how I read, that's how I study. So this one is a notebook that is already fixed. If you can see, it's neat. I know I write like a child, but that's just how I write. So that's as you can see, it has the process, it's clean. You can go through this, the teacher can go through this. Okay, the next step is for example, they announce a quiz in a week or two. So what I do is, I have a small example, but this is not my full one. This, I write terms that I need to remember and what they mean or what they express or something. So yeah, after I write here, I just go through them and I rewrite them on a yellow paper. So yeah, because I just like right here, and this is how I review. This is my reviewer, and I can bring it everywhere since it's very small. I can just I can fold it into four, and it's like really tiny. I can fit it in my pocket. So when I'm at the GP, I can open it and study it. But this one's empty because I don't have one right now with me because I'm at my other house, and my other house has like all of my stuff. So yeah, I write like that. I just write, and then that's how I study. I reread and I reread it at least 6 times so that I can do good on the quiz. So once I take the quiz, I know I have a lot of mistakes in it. So I print the PowerPoints if they give it to us. But if they don't, I'm just gonna rely on my notes. So I print the PowerPoints if they give it. So for example, this one is peptides and proteins. This is my biochem one. So I print it and I read the PowerPoint, but I don't highlight it because this is not my primary source. My primary source is my book and my notes. But this is just to correct all the things that I got wrong. So yeah, that is my last step for how I study. So recapping, I read my book advancedly to the lecture or any other material similar to it. So I read this one, and then while in the lecture, I write on this notebook. This is my scratch notebook, and then I transfer it to a real notebook. And then once exams come, I write it on a yellow paper, like the terms and stuff, the things that I need to remember. And then once I know what I got wrong, I review it through PowerPoints or my notes. And then I just redo that all the time. I know that my studying might be time consuming, but that's how it works for me. And then if I have more time, I do Quizlets and other things, and yeah, so that's just how I do it. I hope you got some tips or like picked up some tips on how I study so that you may apply it to yours. Oh, sometimes I also use these things, notepads, to stick it wherever, like example here, because this is my bed. Stick it here so that I see it before I sleep, or like at the bathroom mirror so that I see it while I'm brushing my teeth, stuff like that. So yeah, these are helpful too. Sometimes instead of yellow pads, use this ones, but I usually opt for the yellow pad since it's less messy. So that's it, guys, and I'll see you in my next step. Bye!